Good morning. It is Monday, Labor Day weekend. The bathroom lighting shoot weird. I still cannot get over how much better the sound, how much insanely better the sound is. And I feel like, I just feel so stupid. But here we are, we're gonna weekly vlog, we're gonna read whatever I want, and we'll just post it every Sunday. And I think I'm gonna become that kind of channel because I always want to read and like update a video. My brain loves it. And I also feel like vlogging because there's always like news happening in the world and I just want to have like a record of this moment in time. I've been listening to Conan Gray's new album, but I still haven't listened to the whole album. And Sabrina Carpenter's new album just came out and I want to again listen to all of that, you know what I mean? And I just want a record of my life. My reading, listening, my music listening, all of it. Somebody over here, what you doing? I'm trying to get you to talk. You never talk. You're camera shy. I know he's ready to get his breakfast, so I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna try to get him to talk because I think maybe one of my last vlogs I got him to talk, hopefully. But if not, then talking. You'll see what I mean if we can get it on film, hopefully. I'm trying to also figure out how close to keep this microphone to avoid. I think we're at a good level right here. So I'm about to eat some bagel and cream cheese while I'm waiting for my sister to wake up because we are gonna go to a local coffee shop. I am 30%, maybe more than that, into the one video I was supposed to read for the Leo video that I didn't get to read. And I think for some reason I thought it was a adult assembly required. That's what it's called. For some reason I thought it was a sapphic romance. Also, I have not looked up anything on Goodreads about the book, and I'm having a great time doing that because it's just, I'm not setting any expectations. I'm not thinking anything about like the hype of the book. Like I've never seen anybody talk about this book. I think I'm just gonna try so hard to focus on reading books I've never heard of just because, or maybe I find them through recommendation videos or something, but I do think I'll still use Goodreads like after the fact just to have a track record of what I've read, but I'm really enjoying not knowing what people online are saying about a book. So I'm 34% into it, and all I really know is that at this point is that our girl is Laura. I think she's moved in with this woman in Los Angeles. She moved to LA in order to get her graduate degree, and she's living in a house with a bunch of roommates because you have to in LA. But I think it's actually going to be a straight romance, so I don't know what made me think it was a sapphic romance. I'm about to look at this cover again because maybe the cover has a lot of people on it, so I don't know. But I'm enjoying it. I like our characters. I think it might just be a straight romance, which I don't love as much, just naturally. I need to go pack up my whole life. So I'm gonna eat this and I'll see y'all later, some point in the week. So this like thing that goes all the way to the floor is something that I bought, I think, to go skiing, and I cannot imagine putting anything that heavy on my body right now. But I'm like, but one day, what if I go skiing? Even though I seriously doubt I will ever do that. But I've got some towels and blankets that I'm not even gonna bring to mom's because we're just gonna put that in storage. I mean, we're pretty much putting everything in storage, which is just gonna be all the more motivating to not, oh, hello, little Charlie. What were you just saying a moment ago? Hello? What was that? Uh-huh. Yeah. No. What are you trying to tell me? Yeah, so now I just realized, I don't know what you were seeing when he was making those noises, but I finally got him to actually speak into the microphone, so I hope that it got picked up. But yeah, I still haven't made a lot more progress in the book, but I'm sure I'll finish it tonight, and then I don't know what I'm going to start next. And it's not like anybody can tell me what to start next because I will have already done it by the time the video goes up. So I have a lot checked out. I think the version of me in the last vlog was talking about Listen for the Lie. And I actually also posted something on Threads that was like, my TBRs on Goodreads is insane. And a couple people were like, listen for the lie. We want to influence you to listen for the lie. So I might at least start that, but we'll see. It is Tuesday, isn't it? I finished Adult assembly required. I finished it. And it's between 3 and 4 stars. I think it's a great book. I definitely recommend it. I think my issues with it were that I didn't like love the chemistry between our characters. I see logically how they got together. I don't know that I really saw it emotionally, but I really liked like the dynamics of the house and that was fun. That was fun. I just think maybe like there was a situation, there was like multiple romances going on. I think maybe we should have like done that thing where it's like a multi-part series. I don't know if maybe the publisher was like, let's just shove it all into this one book. I think if we'd had more time to focus on the main love interest, like it could have been I could have been more bought into it, but I didn't like love them. I did enjoy them together. I think, I don't know, I also guess I have a hard time, like one of our main characters with her traumatic situation that she has, I just, it's not like it's some huge spoiler to say what it is, but I don't think, it's something that I feel like happens very frequently to, my hair. It happens very frequently to a lot of people. So I'm just not sure that it really, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to like downplay anybody's trauma, you know what I mean? But I'm just like, that was kind of my issue. It was one of my issues with it, but I really think it was fun. I don't think it was as like comedic as I like. I love a silly, goofy time when it comes to romance. I just love complete nonsense when it comes to romance. And I don't think that this had some aspects of that. So that's why it's like, I'm feeling like a very solid 3.5. Like definitely would recommend it, but I wouldn't say this is going to be like, you know, an absolute favorite or anything like that. But yeah, you know, 3.5 is a good rating. It's better than a 2-star or a 1-star. So happy with that. And I'm trying to like think about how I'm going to plan out my day here because I still need to pack a lot of stuff and I didn't do any class related work that I need to do. I think I'm going to try to do it like this, where it's like every day I read a book one day, or, you know, and then the next day I focus on my insurance classes. I think if I do it that way, I should be able to still get it done by the end of the week and schedule my test. So I'm not really going to do much reading today, so you might not see me again until tomorrow, but we'll see how the day goes. Here's the dealio. Here's the deal, Sparky. I am so tired, but I need to update you guys on Listen for the Lie. Okay, and I took my glasses off to try and look cute, but then I couldn't see anything, so that didn't work. All right, and I've packed up most of my books, so I don't have something stable to put you on. So a common theme here in this household is that nothing is stable. So especially not the people. Let me just do a little clip here. We're going to talk about Listen for the Lie, and I'm going to say as little about it as possible because I don't want to spoil anything, but I am over halfway through it, and I'm enjoying this a lot. And of course, this is narrated by my girl, January Lavoie, who also narrated The Diviners, which if you're new here, that's my favorite thing ever. Mostly because of January Lavoie, obviously also because of Libba Bray, because she wrote it, but January Lavoie, incredible. So all I really am able to say here is that we're following our girl Lucy, who has, it seems like this town believes that she is the one who murdered this other girl, and of course like slowly things are happening and there's like maybe some lies, and of course Lucy has this like intrusive voice that I feel like is trying to throw us off. But of course, like, I don't actually know how it's going to end. I don't know what's going to happen, but I do know that I'm really enjoying. There's also a podcast element, and we're getting a lot of like sample clips from that, and the guy who like runs the podcast, he's very charming and witty, but like we have several suspects. Okay, we have lots of suspects, and I feel like I don't know who to trust, but that's what I love. I'm also just so enjoying, first of all, I'm enjoying reading less fantasy. Second of all, I'm enjoying reading things and not knowing much going into the books. And when I say not knowing, I don't mean like knowing less about the synopsis or less about what the book's about. I mean knowing less about people's opinions. The less, you know, that phrase, other people's opinions are none of my business. Well, I think that's usually supposed to be in the context of other people's opinions about me and my business. But in the age of the internet, everything seems to be everybody's business. But this book is just, it's hitting. And I think I need to continue on the less fantasy train. And I think I'm just kind of like feeling like I'm seeing this as like actually this random creator that I hadn't ever watched his stuff. He just posted a video. I think he's only had a channel for like a year. And of course, most people's channels are doing better than my channel. But comparison is a thief of joy. And he posted a video that was about not enjoying fantasy anymore. And I just think that, like, of course you have to be in a certain mood for it. And also, it's just a lot. And I kind of wish we could bring back some lighthearted fantasy. I think that lighthearted fantasy is what like really blew up the fantasy genre. But ever since like the Game of Thrones effect, we're just seeing like, y'all are just being way too serious. Like, lighten up, okay? Which I think is why maybe Dungeon Crawl Carl is going so crazy, which I haven't even read yet. I need to get on that, I know. Maybe in one of my vlogs soon, I don't know. I don't even think I have the first book though. I don't know. But Listen for the Lie, focus. Listen for the Lie is good. It's probably gonna be like a 4, at least a 4-star. If the ending shocks me, then probably more. But yeah, so I have been doing my insurance classes not as much as I should be. I need to be doing that. I need to be like halfway done. Well, I am halfway done, but I need to be like more than that because I need to finish all the I want to finish all of these like quizzes that I have to take before Saturday, which is moving day. So, and I'm concerned about moving day and filming and vlogging and editing. We're gonna make it happen though. Manifest it. So I'll see you back here real soon. Y'all come back now, you hear? It is Saturday night, not live. It is moving day. I've been talking about how we're moving. I did an unhaul because I'm moving. We've been moving, whatever. And my sister took a flight out this morning and left me to deal. Let's just, this is everything I have left to deal with though. I took everything out of my bedroom, everything out of upstairs, everything out of her bedroom, her bathroom, my bath, everything is down here. So keep that in mind, but this is what I have to deal with. Yep, and we did not empty the fridge, but luckily still have this place for a whole nother up until tomorrow night. So best believe I will be using what did I just step on? Oh, glass, okay. And somehow, that's crazy that did not cut me. Okay, look at that, God loves me. Okay, quit humping your blanket from this, pretty much all of this is just trash. Now, all these televisions and this laundry and all this, I'm just gonna figure out a way to deal with this the easiest way. I think that over there, that is just straight up empty boxes. So I think I'm gonna break those down first. But let's look at all the progress. Let's go take a look. See, I used to film. You might have seen a couple of videos with the bookshelf. At one point I had the bookshelves like this. At one point I had the bookshelves in a corner like this. And then we had a water leak from our water heater and it damaged the shelves, but just a little bit. They're still totally usable. And then this right here is the cleanest my room has ever been. My bedroom that I no longer reside in, but it's so weird. This room, I feel like it's so big and I feel like I did not use the space well. Now this, and you would think having the stand-up shower would be amazing, but this shower is like so short that if I want to soap up the bod, I have to literally And here's the closet. That's all the hanging space I got. And I had so much stuff in here that is now moved on. All right, and this is our final time we're gonna be upstairs. Okay, buddy? No more upstairs. I've like quadruple checked. Everything up here is gone. And now I have it on video that it's gone, so I can just look at that. No need to keep coming up here. Oh, you again, okay. I started and finished an entire book yesterday while packing. And that book, there's no curtains there that I have to deal with still. Yeah. I started and finished this book called, what is it called? The Velvet Rage. I almost had to go look it up, but I figured it out. I would have to look up the author, but luckily editing, title, it's gonna be in the video before this goes live. Love that for you. Hate it for me, hate it for editing, Andrew. But first I'm gonna tell you about this book, which is that it's really a story about why gay men act the way that they do. And of course there's always been, take that blanket away. You're ruining my movie. What do you have to say for yourself? What do you have to say for yourself, sir? Okay, I think I've gotten him to calm down enough for me to actually review the book. We'll just ignore this giant mess behind me, please. There's always this narrative about gay men and how there's like an adolescent delay because we don't actually get to become our true authentic self. Now, this book kind of takes that concept and just delves even deeper into it, and about how as we grow up we're dealing with shame, and then we kind of become shameless in a way because we are so tired of all the shame we've had to deal with, and then we kind of like go to the other extreme. But it's just very, very well done. I gave it like a 4-star rating. I think it was incredible, and I think it should be required reading for gay men. In fact, I was talking to a boy that I'm hoping this is like maybe the beginning of our love story, but knowing gay dating and how it goes, we'll see, okay? But he was just complaining about the way all these different guys act, and I was like, so you should read The Velvet Rage. But every single frustrated gay man, as in frustrated with gay dating, not sexually frustrated. If you're frustrated, I definitely think you should read this. And I think it will mayhaps provide you with some insight into your actions and of course the actions of others. Now, I don't feel like this is like I do kind of wish from this book that maybe another author could handle like even more like coping skills and advice and how to combat the issues that we face as gay men. I feel like this kind of like shed light on it, and there was some good advice in it. I just kind of wish that like we could expand it even more in a way, or just like there was some really good advice in the book. So I do love that. I also realized in my Leo vlog, if you somehow were one of the 30 viewers that caught that, I forgot to mention what I thought about the movie Almost Famous, and I feel like we need to give it out of a 10 rating. I think it's like an 8 out of 10 for me. I love Kate Hudson, and I hate carrying this camera with this little bike handle I got. I hate it so much now, but I love Kate Hudson and I love that movie. I definitely recommend. If you're someone who loves music and love stories, I do think there's kind of some like weirdness around the romance situation, and not the like, you know, there's just some weird stuff with that kid who's kind of a minor that I'm like, I don't know if I love this, but then again, where would she be if he hadn't been there, you know? But it's a great movie. I especially love the appreciation. I love any art that appreciates music. I love movies that talk about music. I love books that talk about music. I just love music, which reminds me that I don't think I mentioned anything about this in the past, but Conan Gray, I might have mentioned it in one vlog or something. Conan Gray had an album come out sometime in the last few weeks, and I keep trying to listen to it, and I think I've listened to the whole thing once, and I'm just gonna say my favorites that come to mind immediately are Vodka Cranberry and Romeo. I was gonna listen to them again, but I was like, okay, no, I wanted to listen to the whole album so that I can formally like finalize my opinion on the ranking, which I did that for all the Taylor albums in some vlog. I'm just having a great time vlogging, okay? I'm just having a great time documenting the life, okay? Whatever is going on in people's lives is interesting, okay? They're reading, they're consuming media, they're talking about media, they're talking about media, critiquing anti-intellectualism. Like, it's just, there's that. I'm kind of low-key exhausted by the anti-intellectualism conversation, because I feel exhausted that people who keep saying the same thing, and I think they keep saying the same thing hoping to change specific people's minds that I don't think are going to change. Do I wish those people's minds would change? Actually, they should keep doing what they're doing, because I know several people that I have witnessed that are like, I don't want to read, like, I just don't pay attention to what the author is like or what the author has done. I just read the book and like, I don't try to think about it. Then like a year later or so, they kind of like change their tune with that. And I think maybe the people who are pushing the like, let's challenge ourselves more, they should keep going. However, I just feel like it's exhausting. As somebody who is trying to change, I just feel like maybe those videos, I should just assume they're not directed at me. I do enjoy watching them because I enjoy the people's content that they make, and I love getting recommendations for like lesser known books, but I do feel like sometimes people are just spinning their wheels. But then again, I feel like I've seen evidence that those people spinning their wheels have made a conscious effort, and like people, like I've seen the results of the work those people are doing that is just so exhausting. And I mean, when I say the work they're doing, I mean the like trying to get the people to get out of the like romantasy bubble and try to think more critically about whatever book they are reading. They can think, and you can think more critically of any book that you read. It's possible, you know? I think we should welcome all the Colleen Hoover girlies. Like, we should welcome them into the club. We should give them annotation packets and be like, let's engage really critically with what we are reading and what it means for the demographics it's targeted at. I think that's important. Incredible book, incredible movie, incredible vlog. Hope so. This is the thing, okay? I have been like so, like, I need to post videos every week and I need to make sure it's out there and I want to have content. It's like, all I have to do is read and make content. And then I was like, what if we're just like fully a vlog channel? Okay, what if we just like don't even focus on having, okay, listen, I do think I want to read at least one book a week, ideally, but like, what if, hear me out, like, what if we include like the movies and the shows that I watch? This is something that I've wanted to do forever, but I've never known how to properly incorporate that. And it's like, oh, you just like consume the media and talk about the media that you consume. And that's all it has to be. It doesn't have to be this entire production of, I just want to find an example of a video idea, but I don't have my phone over here. It's a mess over here, okay? But like maybe I can maybe screenshot or something and try to include some ideas of like some just, but will I? Because I don't want anyone to steal them. Every now and then I want to do something like that, reading like a Leo, like something like that once in a while. And I mean like once a quarter. Okay, if I can find a way to really go hard and like make it happen more and more, maybe, but I think for now, we just vlog. And I think we're gonna end it here, folks, because it's a Saturday. I've read 3 books. I've packed up my whole life and I've done a lot. Did I film a lot? I don't know. But then again, you know, the shorter the video, the more likely you are to click, right? So, and I have so many other things on my mind when it comes to like finances and my future and the plans and like where will I be at life in a year, you know, and I'm kind of just like, oh, I think it'd be fun to vlog this apartment, like this apartment that I'm moving out of, so I don't feel weird about posting it online because like I don't live here anymore. So if you figure out where it is, oh well. I just think it's like a video diary, and that's fun. And editing it is fun. Someone actually emailed me offering me editing services, and I don't think I know how it's time consuming, but I think editing might actually be my favorite thing about. We'll see if that continues. I think I have more fun poking fun at myself as the editor in the middle of the video. Like that is a great time. That's just funny to be like, oh, there you went off a tangent again. Like just a little text version of whatever. I just think it's fun. It's like a much, much, much less extreme version of like what Trixie and Katya editors do. I wish I could edit like that. Maybe that's like the actual journey. It's like one day I'll become like a video editor full time or something, but not to bring up the Midnight Library again in another vlog. The world still is my oyster. So many things could happen. And I'm trying to just dip my toe in every pool, if you will. So that's gonna be it for this week, guys. Tune in next week for our next episode of Andrew Does Whatever the Fuck He Wants and Reads Whatever the Fuck He Wants and posts it. So I will leave my Instagram, Goodreads, and TikTok. I say it like that because my mom says it like that. Maybe in my next vlog, you'll meet my mother because because I'm moving in with her while I'm gonna be saving money, okay? Like sometimes you just do what's necessary. Could I have got my own apartment again? Would I rather have my own home than have an apartment? So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start the process. There's a lot of things that go into purchasing a home. I'm aware. I used to have a real estate license. Did you know that? So we're gonna work on that and we're gonna get her done. Okay, and I'm gonna say my outro for like the 3rd time. So I'm just gonna actually just say, have a great day. Bye.